What was the biggest thing you accomplished after everyone told you that you couldn't? Growing up, I wasn't exactly the model student. Homework rarely got finished. I barely opened my textbooks before tests. Skipping classes felt easier than sitting through lessons that never interested me. Most people assumed college wasn't in my future. Honestly, they were right. I was the kind of person who started every new hobby with excitement, only to abandon it halfway through. My parents were constantly disappointed because I never seemed to stick with anything long enough to finish it. So one evening, when I announced that I had enlisted in the army, nobody took me seriously. "You did what?" My mom laughed so hard she almost spit out her drink. "You won't last a week," she kept laughing. My dad was the only one who offered any encouragement. He even drove me to the recruiting office so I could begin all the paperwork. Every time I mentioned leaving for basic training, my mom rolled her eyes. She insisted it would be too difficult. She said I wasn't disciplined enough. She told me I didn't have what it took. After hearing that enough times, I made a promise to myself. I was going to prove her wrong. The day I arrived at Fort Sill, I was terrified. Within minutes, drill sergeants were shouting orders inches from my face. Everything had to be done immediately. There was no hesitation, no excuses. The physical demands hit me fast. Push-ups became the punishment for almost everything. Every morning started before sunrise with intense workouts. Every Friday ended with a 2-mile run. Meals disappeared in less than 5 minutes because we barely had time to eat. Every task had to be completed as quickly as possible. Training was divided into different phases. Complete the required tests, and you earned the right to move forward. Each new phase came with a few extra privileges. Eventually, we even earned limited phone time each day. Those calls became my chance to update my family. Every conversation with my mom sounded the same. "You should quit. You're not going to make it. Come home before you embarrass yourself." Instead of discouraging me, those words pushed me even harder. As training continued, everything became more difficult. The expectations kept rising. The workouts became tougher. I started falling behind during the 2-mile runs. I struggled to meet the required number of push-ups and sit-ups for the fitness tests, so I stopped making excuses. During every bit of free time I had, I trained. On weekends, while everyone else rested, I ran extra miles. I added more push-ups, more sit-ups, more pull-ups. Little by little, I started improving. For the first time, I truly believed I could finish. Basic training was the hardest challenge I'd ever faced, but the hardest part wasn't the physical exhaustion. It was hearing my own mother constantly tell me I wasn't good enough. She never believed I could succeed. She called me weak. She called me lazy. She insisted the army didn't need someone like me. Then she'd compare my training to her own job and explain why her life was so much harder. I'd roll my eyes every time, but the words still hurt. I refused to let them define me. The day I passed my final physical fitness test, it felt like I'd climbed a mountain. I'd actually done it. I had finished something everyone expected me to quit. I called home. My dad answered. He couldn't stop telling me how proud he was. Then he mentioned my mom wasn't home, so she couldn't congratulate me herself. Honestly, I didn't mind. The next day was graduation. I wasn't expecting anyone to show up. My parents had never mentioned coming. As we stood facing the crowd, I scanned the bleachers one last time. Then I saw them, my mom, and my grandfather. They were sitting together near the end of the row. My throat tightened. My eyes instantly filled with tears. I couldn't believe they had actually come. Once the ceremony ended and we were dismissed after our drill sergeant's final speech, I hurried straight toward them. I wrapped both of them in the biggest hug I could. My mom held onto me tightly. Then she leaned close and whispered, "I'm so proud of you. You really did it." I smiled. A strange sense of peace settled over me. Then I leaned in and quietly answered, "I stopped needing your approval a long time ago."